In this video we will look at where chords in a key come from, discover the 1, 4 and 5 chords for all the major keys, look at ways we can arrange the 1, 4, 5 chords in chord progressions. Let's begin. Welcome to Songwriting Explained, helping you to understand the world of songwriting. I have a question for you. How would you describe the 1-4-5 chord progression? What feelings or emotions come to mind? Do you associate it with certain musical genres or styles? Comment with your thoughts below, and at the end of this video we will discuss this further. Before we begin, you should know that we will use terms such as notes, chords, scales, beats and bars in this video. If you need some help understanding these concepts, then check out our really simple music theory video to help you, and then come back here when you're ready. Why 3 chords? It is possible to create a song with 2 chords, or even a single chord. There are many famous examples, but it does make your job as a songwriter more difficult. You are liable to create a harmonically static, monotonous song that becomes tiring to listen to through lack of interest. This may be intentional, and if you want to experiment with this, just use 1 or 2 of the chords from a key displayed later in this video, and experiment with that. What are these Roman numerals all about? The major scale has 7 individual notes. The chords for a key are derived from these notes. These are assigned the Roman numerals 1 to 7. These chords sound good together and create a sense of key or belonging. The Roman numeral system allows us to transfer any chord progression to another key easily. The 3 chords we are concerned with in this video are 1, 4 and 5. They are all major chords. If you need help with the major chords, then check out our video guide for all the major chords. We will now run through all the 1, 4, 5 chords in every major key. We will use sharp rather than flat in this video. If you would like to skip to a particular key, please use the timestamps in the description or sections on the video timeline. Let's start with A major. A, D and E. A sharp major. A sharp, D sharp and F. B major, B, E and F sharp. C major, C, F and G. C sharp major, C sharp, F sharp and G sharp. D major, D, G and A. D sharp major, D sharp, G sharp and A sharp. E major, E, A, and B. F major, F, A sharp, and C. F sharp major, F sharp, B, and C sharp. G major, G, C, and D. G sharp major, G sharp, C sharp, and D sharp. Now we know the relevant chords, we can start to arrange them into chord progressions. Please note that the audio examples here will be in the key of C major. The most basic way to organise this is taking each chord in order, with each chord lasting a bar. Here is how that sounds. If we extend our idea to 8 bars, we can start to play with expectation. We can set up a pattern and then break it to provide some surprise. For example, now we will look at one of the most well-known ways to arrange the 1-4-5 chords, the 12-bar structure. Commonly associated with the blues, but frequently used in a wide range of genres, the 12-bar structure is very flexible and useful in songwriting. Because of its familiar structure, it can be used to provide some contrast to less predictable song sections. In its most basic version, it sounds like this. You can arrange this several ways. Another one would be this. You can see that this second version uses the 4 chord much more than the first version. The 16 bar section. The 16 bar section gives us a lot of options. We won't be covering them individually, but to give you an idea, you could try a 2-bar phrase repeated 8 times, a 4-bar phrase repeated 4 times, an 8-bar phrase and then 2 4-bar phrases, 2 8-bar phrases, or a unique single 16-bar phrase. Chord 1 provides stability and a feeling of home for a chord progression. We usually see it at the start and end of a section. If we start or end with a chord other than the first chord, we can create a displacing effect. For example, If we play the chords in ascending or descending order of their numbers, then we can create what is known as an escalator effect. So ascending, and descending, so far we've only looked at one chord per bar. Of course we can change the rate at which the chords change, such as 2 in a bar that change on beats 1 and 3, two in a bar that change on beats 1 and 4, two in a bar that change on beats 1 and 2, one in a bar and a half, one in 2 bars, and 4 in a bar. You can see that even with a limited 3 major chords, we can create a wide range of chord progressions. I hope this opens your eyes to the sheer variety you have at your disposal for chord progressions, and gives you some inspiration for your own songwriting. As promised, we will now discuss the emotions and feelings of the 1-4-5 progression. Chord 1 is the most important chord. It corresponds to the scale in question. It offers stability, a centre of gravity, and provides a feeling of home or completeness when it is arrived at. The next most important chord is chord 5. It has a pivotal supporting role for the 1 chord. Going to the 5 chord before 1 provides a very strong feeling of returning home. The secret of songwriting is balancing these chord changes to provide certain emotions and to drag a song in a certain direction. Chord 4 is more like a subtle version of 5. It provides support for 1 and has a feeling of returning home, but is somewhat softer in its approach than chord 5. In terms of genres, we hope that you can see from this video that any genre could involve a 1-4-5 series. It is extremely versatile. Of course, only using major chords may not fully meet the sound of a certain style, but with the right supporting melody and production, there is no reason they could not at least form a song section of any style. Thanks for watching. You can now understand the 1-4-5 chord progression. Please like and subscribe to Songwriting Explained for more songwriting content. If you would like to learn more, there is another video on screen for you now.